Good evening. Sitaram, Namaste. Continue the tales from the Mahabharata. I'm reading small sections. I actually started everything with Randy, but I'm at a section about with a lot of questions. So it's a Yaksha Prasna. The Yaksha said, "Your brother Arjuna tried to fight for his life. He threatened to kill me with his arrows. He invoked all the divine astras which he had at his command and aimed them at me. But he could do nothing, not to me. Asked him just to answer my questions. He refused, and he drank the water and died. I am pleased with your humility. I will ask you to answer several questions on ethics." "So be it," stated Yudhishthira. Then began the questions and answers. Question: what makes the sun rise? The answer is Brahma makes the sun rise. Whom has he for companion? His companion is kept by the Devas. What is the cause for the setting of the sun? Dharma causes it to set. In whom is the sun established? The sun is established in truth. What makes one learned? The study of the Shrutis makes one learned. How is a man to attain what is great? Ascetic austerities help a man to achieve the great. How is it possible for a man always to have a second companion? Study intelligence serves man as a helpful second companion always. This intelligence you speak of, how is it to be acquired? Serving the old makes one rich in wisdom. How are Brahmins ranked with divine knowledge and beings? Why? They are considered divine because they study the Vedas. What is it that they practice which makes them pious? Their asceticism makes them behave as they do, and so they are pious. The Brahmins are ranked with divine beings. How are they different from these beings? Brahmins are mortal and divine beings are not. It is this liability to die that makes them not quite divine. What of Kshatriyas? Wherein lies their divinity? It lies in the arrows and weapons. What is this practice which makes them pious? Kshatriyas perform sacrifices, and that makes them pious. In their case, it is liability to fear. Liability to death makes Brahmin less divine. What of Kshatriyas? And the answer is, in their case, it is liability to fear. Tell me about sacrifices, what is meant by the sama in a sacrifice and yajnas. There's something which is the refuge of sacrifice. What is it? What is essential for sacrifice? Life is a sama and mind is the yajus. Rik is a refuge of sacrifice, and it is rik which is essential for sacrifice, also known as offering. There is found a person who enjoys all the objects of the senses. He is intelligent. The world holds him in esteem, and he is quite popular. And yet, though this man breathes, it is said that he does not live. Why? A man, though he breathes, is not considered to be alive if he does not offer anything to the devas, to guests, servants, and to the pitras, ancestors. What is weightier than the earth itself? The mother has more weight than the earth. What is higher than the heavens? The Father. What is fleeter than the wind? The mind is fleeter than the wind. What is more numerous than the grass? The thoughts that arrive in the mind of man are more numerous. What is the highest refuge of virtue? Liberality is the highest refuge of virtue, in other words, kindness. Of fame, a gift is the highest refuge of fame. Of heaven, truth is the highest refuge of heaven. Of happiness, good behavior is the highest refuge of happiness. What is the soul of the man? His son. Who is the friend granted by Devas to man? The spouse is a friend granted by man to man by the Devas. His chief support, the clouds. His chief refuge, gift. The best of all things that are praised by what? The best of all things that are praised, what is it? The most praiseworthy thing is skill. The most valuable of all possessions, knowledge. The best of all gains, health. The best of all kinds of happiness, contentment. What is the highest duty in the world? To abstain from injury is the highest of all duties. The mind, if controlled, will never lead. What is controlling? What is it controlling which will lead to no regret? The mind, if controlled, will never lead to regret. What is that which, when renounced, makes one agreeable? Pride. When renounced, makes one agreeable. Renouncing what does one become wealthy? Desire. When renounced, one makes one wealthy. What is it when renounced leads to no regret? Wrath. When renounced leads to no regret. Renouncing what does make a man happy? Avarice. When renounced makes a man happy. What is the way and by whom is it constituted? Those that are good constitute the way. What is the sign of asceticism? Staying in one's own religion is asceticism. True restraint? That restraint of the mind is true restraint. What is that essential feature of forgiveness? Forgiveness consists in enduring enmity. What is shame? Shame is withdrawing from all unworthy acts. What is said to be knowledge? True knowledge is the knowledge of divinity. What is tranquility? True tranquility is that of the heart. What is mercy? Mercy means wishing happiness for all. What is simplicity? Simplicity is equanimity of the heart. Can you tell me what enemy is invincible? Anger. What disease is incurable? Covetousness is an incurable disease. What man is considered honest? He who desires the good of all creatures is honest. Which man is considered dishonest? One who is not merciful is dishonest. What is ignorance? True ignorance is not knowing one's duties. And pride? Pride is consciousness of one's being himself an actor or sufferer in life. What is idleness? Not discharging one's duties is idleness. Grief? What is grief? Ignorance is grief. What is patience? Patience is subjugating the senses. What is a real ablution? A true bath consists of washing the mind clean of all impurities. Wow. What is charity? Charity consists in protecting all creatures. What is wickedness? Wickedness is speaking ill of others. By what does one become a Brahmin? Is it behavior or birth or study or learning? Neither birth nor study nor even learning makes a Brahmin. It is behavior that makes a Brahmin. If his behavior is faultless, the man is faultless too. Bad conduct damns a man forever. Study the Vedas is not enough if a man does not conduct himself properly. What is the reward of one who always speaks agreeable words? Why, he becomes agreeable to all. When he acts with judgment, he gets whatever he seeks. When he has many friends, he lives happily. If he is devoted to virtue, he obtains a happy state in the next world. What is the most wonderful thing in the world? Day after day, there enter into the temple of death countless lives, looking on spectacle. The rest of them, those who remain, believe themselves to be permanent and mortal. Can anything be more wonderful than that? What is the path? Agreements lead to no certain conclusions. The Shrutis are all different, one from the other. There is not even one rishi whose opinion can be accepted as infallible. The truth about religion and duty is hidden in all the caves. Therefore, that alone is a path along which the great have trod. What is the news? The world full of ignorance is like a pan. The sun is fire. The days and nights are the fuel. The months and the seasons constitute the wooden handle. Time is the cook that is cooking all creatures in the pan. That is the news. Who is truly man? Oh, this is going to go on for a little bit. The report of one's good actions reach heaven and is spread over earth. As long as the reports last, so long is that person called a man. Which is the man who is considered to possess every kind of wealth? The man to whom the agreeable and the disagreeable, weal and woe, the past and the future are the same, is considered to possess every kind of wealth. The Yaksha said, I'm immeasurably pleased with your answers. You are the wisest and the most righteous person in the world. To show my pleasure, I now grant you a boon. I will grant you the life of one of your brothers. You are at liberty to choose. Yudhishthira said, please, my lord, then let my dark, young, handsome brother of mine, Nakula, come back to life. The Yaksha was amazed at his choice. He said, I'm surprised at you. I know that Bhima is dear to you. Arjuna is the one person on whom...
Yes.
Arjuna is a person on whom you are depending for your victory in this war. He has been preparing himself for the last so many years. Why did you not choose either Bhima or Arjuna? Bhima would have killed all the sons of Dhritarashtra. Bhima, with his powerful figure and his terrible temper, is dear to you. Why did you not ask to let him live? Why not Arjuna? Why did you choose your choice fall on Nakula? Yudhishthira said, I would not rather give up my life than give up Dharma. I want the world to know that I will never abandon Dharma. My father has two wives, Kunti Deva and Madri Deva. I want both the children to live. I'm the son of Kunti and Nakula is the son of Madri. I love both my mothers equally. I cannot gladden the heart of one and hurt the others. So Nakula it will be if one of my brothers is to live. The Yaksha was very pleased with the nobility of Yudhishthira. He said, you are great. I will never look upon the likes of you anywhere at any time. I'm very happy to grant you the lives of all your brothers. The moment he said it, all the brothers rose up as though through a deep sleep. They found that their thirst and hunger and fatigue had all vanished. Yudhishthira embraced them all again and again. Tears flowed from his eyes. He fell at the feet of the Yakshas and said, my lord, I want to know who you are. You are not a Yaksha. No Yaksha knows all the nuances of Dharma as you do. You must be a Deva from above. You are someone very dear to us. Perhaps you are our father Pandu. Wherever you may be, you must reveal yourself to me. I'm eager to know who you are. The Yaksha lost his gruesome form and stood resplendent in his natural form. He smiled at Yudhishthira and said, I am Dharma, your father. I wanted to see you and talk to you. I'm very pleased with you, you will conquer the world with those brothers of yours. But what is pleasing to me is the fact that you've already conquered my kingdom. The kingdom called righteousness, earthly conquest, are but pale and insignificant beside your conquest. Yours will be the greatest name that will be remembered by people in after times. In Kali Yuga, the fourth quarter of time, if people just pronounce your name, they will become dear to me. 4 names will have their greatness. The name of the king Nala of Nishada, your name, the name of Sita, the name of Sri Ram. The 4th is the name of one who is very dear to all of you, Krishna. As for the Arani sticks stolen from the Brahmins, they were stolen by me. I wanted to get you to this lake. Now you can take them all back to him. I will grant you another boon. Your exile of 12 years is over. The last and most difficult year is imminent. You are all clothed in the armor of Dharma. I assure you, because of my grace, no one will be able to recognize you at any time. You can disguise yourselves and go anywhere you choose. No one will be able to find you or your real identities. Yudhishthira was delirious with joy. He had met his father. He fell at his feet. He kissed them again and again. He placed his head on the 2 feet of his father and wept unrestrained. Then he controlled himself to an extent and said, "My Lord, I do not want anything else in life. I have seen you, your blessed form. I have seen my father. I will receive with gratitude all the boons you are pleased to confer on me. But, my Lord, I want just one more boon. I want you to grant me one more boon." "Ask me," said Dharma. "I will grant you anything you want." Yudhishthira said, "My Lord, please grant me victory in my fight over my six of my deadly enemies: lust, anger, avarice, possessiveness, arrogance, and envy. Please grant that my mind be always led towards truth. I want nothing else in this world." Dharma smiled at Yudhishthira and said, "My child, there is no need to grant you something you already have. You have conquered all these enemies long ago. Go, my child, and be happy. Your sufferings will soon be over. I am by your side. Wherever I am, victory will be. When Krishna is there, I will always be. Nothing can hurt you as long as you think of me. I wish you well." Their 12 years of exile had come to an end. They had 1 year left, the most difficult year, the year of hiding. They knew that Duryodhana would try his level best to discover their hiding places and send them into exile another 12 years. The year threatened to be most difficult for them, other than all the other 12 years put together, but they did not flinch. The assurance of the Deva of Dharma put new life into their hearts of the Pandavas. They began to discuss the plans for their Ajna Tavasa. Sitaram, that is the end of this chapter. Namaste.